Y'all ready? Team Bees is ready. 4 minutes till our live begins. Share with friends. Drop your final questions in the live chat below. Shout out to Integrity Credit Service in Raleigh, North Carolina. They are a credit repair company that helps consumers improve their credit report, thus increasing their credit score. ICS is federal and state compliant, and they are available to serve your credit needs. Visit them at www.integritycreditonline.com. There you can see how they can help you to address all of your credit needs. Hello and welcome. What up?
Peoples?
Hey, busy bodies.
So we just want to make sure that y'all are out here. Let's do a roll call. How about that?
Out here.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, roll
out there.
call.
No, I was confused about the out there. I was like, what? Out where?
You're out there in YouTube
Out-
land.
Yeah,
got you.
YouTube land.
But I got
YouTube
you.
land. All right. So as you can see, all 5 members of Team Bees is here. Rich Bees.
Khadijah RBZ.
Love Kalia.
Hello, Kaya.
Trey.
Just Trey. All right. So we came to do our live Q&A with you guys today. And so in our live Q&A, we asked for questions, right? And you guys sent us questions.
Yeah, y'all sent us questions.
So we
We got
appreciate that. Yeah, we got them. And they're in front of us. So I do want to say before we actually get started is we actually have a surprise for you guys.
I forgot about the surprise.
Don't you can't
You
forget
forgot about
about
the surprise? Yeah, we got a surprise for you guys. We've been working on something that we're
Yes.
so excited to show you guys. We're so
Yes.
excited to, present this to the world, to YouTube land, okay?
Yep.
To all of our busybodies and, subscribers, all that kind of thing. So what we want to do is we're going to do the question and answers, and then toward the end, we're going to go ahead and do our world premiere.
Oh, God.
Oh, wow. Okay.
World premiere. That's right.
Yes.
So make sure that you stick to the end. This won't be that long,
No.
but it will be long enough that we can go ahead and answer all you guys' questions, and then, boom, world premiere.
And trust me, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. And plus, we want you to stick around because we want your feedback.
Yeah.
We appreciate your comments. We appreciate you guys keeping in touch with us and letting us know what you like, even what you don't like.
Right.
So when we do this premiere, we're going to look forward to hearing what you have to say about it.
Yeah. So make sure that you go ahead right now and share this on all of your social media channels. Let them know Team Bees is live and we are ready to answer questions from all of our viewers. So looky here. Let me tell you one more thing. Yeah, looky here. So, okay. If you haven't sent questions or submitted questions to us yet, then go ahead down in the comments, right there on the side, and give us your question now, okay? We have Trey Bees over here. He's monitoring. He's making sure that he's going to keep up with these questions. I don't know if he's going to write them down, copy, paste them, whatever he's going to do, but he's going to make sure that toward, probably sometime toward the middle, we'll go ahead and start on your questions that you post in there, okay? Other than that, y'all ready to kick it off?
Yep, we ready.
All right.
We ready.
Uh-oh.
We ready.
Okay,
We ready for y'all.
Oh! That's a good one.
Just looking at
So-
your comments.
Yeah. So huge shout out to my daughter from another, Micaiah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your love and support.
Right. Just make sure that y'all go to teambees.com because we're also streaming live there too. But if you're on YouTube, it's all good. We're glad to see you. So I guess let's get it started. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
All right, so one of the first questions that we received that contributed to prompting us wanting to do this Q&A session, we received an email from one of our subscribers, and she was super excited about what we are doing, having packed our family and moved. Right now we're here in Costa Rica, but we decided that we wanted to live abroad. And so one of the things that she wanted to know about Costa Rica is, what are the demographics there and what would be our estimate about the demographics here in Costa Rica? So I'm not sure who wants to take that question.
Wait, what was all I got was demographics.
Yeah, what are the
That's it.
demographics here?
I guess I need the
Costa
definition.
Rica.
Costa Rica.
So
I
Yeah.
guess I need the definition of
So
demographic.
okay. Well, demographics, from my understanding, what demographics is like age, race, right? All of
So
that.
now
kind
that
of
we're here, you're just supposed to I'm supposed to say what I think the demographic is?
Yeah, based
Yeah.
off of what you've seen and been exposed to.
Probably
Right.
grown people.
thing. Grown people.
Yeah,
no,
grown
I think it's I
people.
think it's some of everything. It's
Yeah.
just like honestly
It's
America.
it's like the
There's just-
states,
Yeah.
but as far as if we were to say African Americans, or well,
But I'm saying it's not like
melanated people
That's what I was
or brown
Okay.
people, I mean, it's not a lot of us
Very slim.
walking around
Well,
when
can
we
we say
first
dark brown?
okay dark
Because
brown.
there's
Okay. When we first got here and we were in Puerto, which is the mountainous area, we didn't see dark-skinned people often at all.
At
I
all.
think that in our first 3 weeks being there, we maybe saw 2 or 3 at best.
at best.
Now, the last week that we were there, we met about 3 other dark-skinned people who were living in the mountains or whatever.
Right.
But outside of that, in Puerto, it was not a lot of African Americans, or excuse me, dark-skinned people. Since coming or moving closer to San Jose, we've seen more dark-skinned people. We've gone to San Jose. We've been to Escazú. We've been to Santa Ana. We've been to Alajuela.
San
we-
Rafael.
yeah, San Rafael.
Rafael.
We've been to a couple places here, and we've seen more dark-skinned people, probably more in Escazú and San Jose than the other places.
Right.
And in our complex, we've seen some dark-skinned people. So there are dark-skinned people here. They're just spread about. I'm sure that once
Right.
we're able to make it to the Caribbean side of Costa Rica, we'll probably see a little bit more of us.
Right.
But the
Can't
next
wait for that.
the next question is, when you were driving to your new place, I saw you talking to someone who looked white. He was talking about some health issues he was having. Is there a good mixture of races or ethnicities? I think we kind of answered that in the last question.
Yeah.
The gentleman that you did see in that particular episode when we were moving from Puerto to San Rafael, that was our property owner. He's
Right.
Canadian.
Right.
And the week before we got to Costa Rica, he was on his ladder and he fell. So he broke his arm and wrist and all types of stuff. So he was just telling us about his healing process.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another question we
Oh,
received.
can I say something before that?
Yeah.
So to our property owner that we stayed with at the time, he actually was trying to fix the roof in the property that we stayed in, so that way it wouldn't leak
While we were there.
while we were there during rainy season. So, shout out to Ty. We thank you, we appreciate you, and get well soon. How about that?
So next question. Can I send you mail?
Who's answering this one?
I mean, you can. I don't know how we gonna get it.
Right.
We have not yet figured out the system here for receiving mail. There's options as far as going through a third party, and then you have to pay for the service of having your items sent from the States over to us or over here. So we're working that out because there's not addresses here, so there's not really a postal service or a postman that necessarily goes out and puts the mail in the box like what happens in the
That's
States.
because there's
Right.
not streets.
Right. There's
I mean,
not
like,
streets.
no, there's streets, but there's not like street names. Like this is off of Ellis Road, or this is
Well-
off of this road or this highway.
Yes.
It's like you gotta go 24 kilometers and then take
Right.
a right.
They give you directions.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
don't give you an address.
Exactly. And all directions are based on schools, churches, or there's one more.
Landmarks.
basically.
Yeah, landmarks.
Cemeteries.
Cemeteries. That's what it was.
Jailhouse?
Cemeteries.
It's literally
No, they
just-
don't base it on jailhouses.
I'm just saying.
Because jailhouses aren't in every city.
Yeah,
so
no.
you can't base it off of that.
No.
Somebody, Miss Tamika Kell said, yeah, that was going to be my question about the postal. And she was going to ask if she could send some vegan peanut butter cookies.
Yes!
Oh.
We about to come through the screen on that one.
Yeah.
We gonna figure out a way
Trust
to get the peanut butter
me.
cookies.
Trust me. Once we figure this out, we are going to let everybody know because there's so many things that we miss having access to.
Some lo mein.
Okay,
If you could send that through the mail,
I mean, people ain't mailing all that type of stuff, but I'm
You
saying
just said something we
something,
missed.
something as simple as there's a particular toothpaste that we like to use.
Right.
However,
Oh,
it's
man.
not here.
Yeah.
Even lip gloss, like we were supposed to rack up on our lip gloss before we left the States, and we didn't. So we like scraping the barrel on all of our lip gloss.
and my chapstick. My chapstick doesn't turn up anymore. I've reached what's left. I'm trying to make it. I just need some chapstick.
And
Yeah,
because we got rid of so much stuff before we left here, and when I say stuff, I'm referencing like clothes. There's certain items of clothing that we want, and some might say need, but you know, we haven't been able to find what we're looking for here. Now, there is a wonderful mall here. There are stores here that you can go to. It's just the difference between what you would pay here and what you would pay in the States is a big difference.
Yeah. One of the things I would love for you guys to understand is a lot of people think that Costa Rica is a third world country, right? And in comparison to the United States, you could call it that, but there are a lot of modern conveniences that are here that are there. So you do have, obviously, we're streaming live right now through the internet. I don't know how the feed is. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully y'all can see as well. But you do have malls. You have restaurants. You have restaurants that
somebody did ask about a Popeyes. There is a Popeyes in San Jose. When we went to San Jose for our walking tour, we did see a Popeyes.
There's a Pizza Hut on every corner of Papa John's.
Every
whichever
corner.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
Pizza
much.
Hut.
They have lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to eating, like there's a lot of places to eat at.
Now,
And
vegan type restaurants, that's a horse of a different color.
Right. Now they do have lo mein. So what she was asking for, they do have it. It's
I don't
just
think it's the kind that we
that's what I'm saying. It's just a little different. Still lo mein though.
So we haven't frequented a lot of restaurants. When we first got here, someone that we met them for lunch, and then they took us to one of the authentic restaurants here. And so if we choose to go out, and I think we've gone there, maybe twice since we've been here?
It's been a couple of times.
Oh,
It's
we
been
went
more
like,
than
yeah,
twice.
probably about at least 4.
Because we went with
It's
them
not
and then we
4.
went again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
it's
We
been
went again
quite a
by
bit of time.
itself a bunch of times.
But because that one time we got the plates with the rice and the beans, and then the
That
next
was
time
time
is when
number
we
2.
got the patacones and the papa fritas and the juca fritas. Yeah, so that would have been 3 times.
No,
When we went to
but
the-
we got
But
the
we-
plates multiple times.
No, we didn't.
What are you talking
We
about?
got the-
Either way
I thought
you
we got the
put
plates
it,
twice.
either way you
Yes.
put it,
Yeah.
there is an authentic restaurant that we've gone to, and if we choose to go out to eat, then that's where we go, just because we're familiar with it.
Right.
And I think that the people, they kind of like us.
But I mean, since this is live and since we're talking about the whole time we've been here, I actually like the soda that we used to go to
Oh, yeah.
back
Yeah.
in Pure Sky.
Yeah.
Like that was, I like their authentic food.
Also, it was a
Yeah.
nice heaping portion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it wasn't
That
nice
was-
eating.
It
portion.
wasn't. They weren't
They weren't.
shy with the spoons.
No, they weren't.
So it's been interesting when we order our food, just because we have to ask for no leche, no
Sin
carne,
carne,
no
sin queso,
no huevos.
huevos.
You know, all of these things we have to, you know.
And that's
tell.
no milk, no
Egg.
meat, no cheese. I'm trying to do it in the order that we did it, and no
Eggs.
eggs.
Yeah. So we tell them that, and I mean, for the most part, they get it, and we haven't had any problems.
Unless you say we are
Veganos.
Veganos.
Yeah.
They be like, "What's that?"
Yeah. Well, I mean, some people do get it though.
Yeah.
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 Because once we tell them, then they're like, oh, and then they ask us which things. Because vegan kind of depends upon the people. Like
Or
some
maybe
people still
maybe
eat
that's the same thing as
eggs.
vegetarian.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Micaiah Rogers said, "I got you in a lip gloss, mommy cake."
Okay, so another question that we received was that your dad or your husband's dad that you all paid tribute to in episode 2? The tribute in episode 2 was not my dad nor Rich's dad. It was Rich's grandfather. He passed away prior to us leaving.
Right.
And so we just paid a brief tribute to him in our going away episode because we felt that was appropriate and we wanted to pay honor and respect to him.
The name of the episode was Saying Goodbye.
Yeah.
And so we got to say goodbye the weekend before we left to him, but we didn't obviously get to go to the funeral or get to go to the wake or anything like that, any services for him after he passed. So our last saying goodbye was when he was alive.
Yeah.
And he was excited for us leaving.
Yeah.
It was a dual thing. He was sad, but he was excited.
Yeah.
And so for us to get that news that he had passed, really, next question.
What's up with the scented toilet paper?
Oh, gosh. I wish we knew.
Okay, so here you don't put your tissue in the toilet because their septic systems or their pipes, they can't really handle all that. So you have to put it in the trash can. So it's probably best for it to be scented because with all your bodily fluids on the tissue, it's probably best that it doesn't smell like your bodily fluids.
Only thing is wiping your butt with that scented tissue.
Well, let me tell you one of the challenges that I've seen.
Additives and chemicals.
Yeah, I mean, but the challenge that I've seen is, yes, they give you scented, and the problem is that it's usually one ply. Like from what I've seen, most of the time it's been one ply toilet paper.
What,
so
the unscented one?
No, the scented.
Oh, the scented ones.
Yeah.
The scented ones are the 3-ply and the 2-ply.
Is that like in public restrooms?
No,
like
that's
here,
in the store.
Well, I buy multiply on purpose because I don't like thin toilet paper.
I didn't
But
know
I'm saying
they
like,
had the one ply.
you don't know we had?
No, I
Man,
nothing.
whenever we went to bathrooms outside, or not outside, excuse me, in public areas or public restrooms, for me, what I've only found was one ply.
Yeah.
And I don't like
That's
one ply.
everywhere.
Right, that's everywhere when you go out.
Yeah.
But we're
No
talking
matter
about
what, it's gonna
purchasing.
But scented one ply. Like, you don't get that in the States. It's unscented one ply.
But we all know that they need to have it scented for the reason I just said.
Right.
They don't know that.
That's what she
That's
just
what I
said.
But that's what I'm saying. From what you just said, I'm adding on to that. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with my additions?
Okay.
Nothing's wrong with your
Next
addition.
question.
You're not gonna say
Somebody said just use scented trash bags. Then.
Right.
Yes.
That would be right.
Instead of scented toilet paper,
Tissue,
use.
right.
Oh, wow.
So get your unscented tissue like we do, and then get you a scented trash bag.
Or just put it in the toilet.
Yeah, and then have
and
everything
ruin
clogged
Costa
up.
Rica. Ruin
And
Costa Rica.
We know who the culprit will
Well,
be.
let me tell you my thought process. I use 2 squares of triple ply and put it in the toilet.
That's horrible.
What's wrong with
2 squares.
No, but I mean, why we can't come to a whole nother country and mess up their systems?
Man.
You just gotta follow the rules and just put it in the
But
trash
did
can.
it say it when you flew in? Did they tell you that explicitly?
No, but the people
Yeah, I don't
here
see that
tell
on
you
the
that.
stamp
Why
on
do
my
you-
passport.
Why do you
Well,
think that the trash cans are
it's
in
not
every
stamped on your
stall?
passport, but it is in
Yeah.
in public bathrooms. Cindy, when we first got to the other place, she
Uh-huh.
mentioned it. That's how we knew.
And I think it was on one of the little stand-up things.
The stand up thing that told you
The
about
frames,
the property?
yeah.
I don't
But-
think it was on there.
Oh, I don't know, but I know that
I feel
it doesn't
it's
say that.
fine.
It doesn't say that in the
I
men's
think
bathroom.
it's fine.
Okay. Well, next question. How has the Costa Ricans embraced Team Bees? What actions, responses have you received?
That's a very multifaceted question.
Oh boy, that's a deep question there. Well,
So
well,
I would
well,
like
I can
to
say.
say-
Let me say one thing.
Okay.
My one thing is only when we were in Puerto and we were walking down the street coming from the soda, the place that we like to eat. We walked down the street one day and somebody stopped and said, "Black people, hey, black people." And so, like, that for me did it. I was like, "What? Really?" And so anyway, but most people think that we're from Limon, which obviously that's the place that has a lot of
It's not.
melanated people. Well, it is based on how many people asked us.
No, it's not.
Which they don't know yet.
Yeah.
So a lot of people ask us if we're from Limon because that's where the black people are, like he said. But also, I think we just get a lot of looks in general, whether that be like happy looks or they're just a lot of looking.
A lot of looking.
A whole lot of looking.
Yeah.
What?
What?
We had an Uber driver decline us. If you saw that in one of our YouTube videos.
Whack Uber driver and tour of San Jose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He. I don't know. You explain the situation because it was on your phone and you
No, we
interacted
walked
with
up.
him.
Well,
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we ordered an Uber and we were walking to the gate to meet the Uber because where we stay now is a double gated community. And so as we're walking toward the gate, the Uber driver is already in our within the first gate of the complex. Okay. And so as we're walking to the Uber driver, they have to call to say, hey, you have a visitor or whatever. And so he's on the phone with me though, and they're calling on the other line. But what I hear in the back is something about they gringos and they not riding with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was in Spanish, a little English, like kind of like a mixed thing. And so
And here, gringos is like.
Foreigners.
foreigners,
Yeah.
yeah, Americans,
So-
actually, Americans, yeah,
Specifically.
or United States Americans.
So Ticos and Ticas are people who are
Native.
of Costa Rica, and gringos are those who are not.
Right.
Don't roll it too hard. Roll their R too hard. Get caught in my throat.
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
also had another Uber driver who stuck his hand out the window to touch mommy's hair.
Yeah.
He'd never seen her hair before.
He's talking about I've seen yours, and I've seen yours, but I've never seen hers.
And he
And then he
literally,
literally-
reached.
But he asked. You have to put that in there.
Yeah, I mean, he did ask.
He
Yeah,
did
yeah, like,
ask.
he was like,
But his hand was already back there when he asked. He was like,
Well,
"Can I
he-
touch?"
No.
He had stuck it out the window like
Yeah, like literally, it was so funny, and we didn't know what he was doing. So I mean, it's just another thing that we can chalk up to our experiences
Yeah.
here in this country because it has been priceless.
Miss Sonia said, "Please repeat that." I don't know what she was asking us to repeat.
Oh.
Because
Medicaid.
don't forget about the
Medicaid.
delay.
Oh,
we
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure.
What are you asking us to repeat? I mean,
Yeah.
We asking her to repeat.
I mean, if she asked her to repeat it, she's not gonna know what she wouldn't repeat it.
Oh, well, it looks like.
Ha! She said about Ticos.
Oh.
I was just saying that Ticos and Ticas are what the natives are called, and then gringos is what the
Going hard in the paint.
foreigners are called. But the next question is, How have you maintained your faith and beliefs while being in a new country?
The same way we maintain them in the United States.
Boom.
At home, with
Leave it
you,
to God.
in my secret closet. Next.
Do you have questions?
On here.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
he
anybody.
does.
Okay.
Yeah, not me.
Has moving to Costa Rica made it easier for you guys to become vegan with having
No,
fresh-
to continue.
Say again.
Oh, repitan, por favor.
Repitan.
Has moving to oh
Repitan.
my gosh. Has moving to Costa Rica made it easier for you guys to continue to be vegan with having fresher foods and such? That
Yes.
came from Micaiah Rogers.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The only
yes.
challenge that we found is just when we want to eat outside of the home, being able to find a restaurant or find food to accommodate how we eat, because literally there's a lot of stuff made with leche, which is milk.
They love
And
milk.
they love
And
milk.
cheese.
And
And-
queso. See.
And they love pan,
Bread.
Uh-huh.
which is bread.
Same.
And you can walk through.
I mean, I don't see the difference, but
You can walk through so many places and just smell the bread, and it just
Oh, yeah.
smells so good
In every store, they have a dedicated section.
to
Or
bread.
not even a dedicated section. They have dedicated stores. Like just
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
Like
Bread,
they look
just
like
bread.
They look like hole in the walls, but the only thing they do is bake bread.
Baked bread. But you smell it, and it smells like sweet, and it smells good.
it
And
smells
you go,
soft. It
yeah.
smells like
It
it's
smells soft.
And
Yeah.
you go over and you look at the bread, and it's like leche, and everything. So we just like,
Yeah.
even though we wouldn't mind being able to have some of this stuff, we know that it doesn't align with the way that we eat.
I think and this is just my personal opinion, but I feel like we should say that we avoid animal products versus using the name vegan.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm supporting that. I have no problem with that, because honestly, I don't technically call myself a vegan because I'm a plant-based eater. So, I mean,
I'm not a
it
vegan
just-
either then.
I mean, I
Also-
think we say that only because most people understood what that
Right.
was.
Right.
But you say you're a plant-based eater, they'd
'Cause
be
I mean-
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because I could say I'm an herbivore too, but
right.
So
I said that's
Because I
bad.
think we
I
still
just
eat
think
like,
to be able to fully submerge ourselves in other cultures,
we have
it's
to.
a bit harder since you can't really have the food, or you're choosing not to have the food that is
native to that.
yeah. It's
area.
like
Well,
the stuff is from the place because you can't have it.
but one of the things that it kind of seems to me is that here, the Ticos are trying to eat like Americans,
Yeah.
or United States Americans. So, so that makes it even harder, because when they see us and they understand that we're from the United States, then they think, well, it's all good. They can eat whatever.
Miss Sonia asked, so no Whole Foods?
No!
No,
I wish they had a Whole Foods.
I wish they did too.
they have a fresh market.
Yeah, and they have, which the fresh market is not as big, and it doesn't offer as many varieties as a Whole Food, but it does offer some of the type of things that you can find in a Whole Foods. Like, we ain't going there to get no vegan peanut butter cookies, but they do have like some other cookies that are vegan. And they have ferias, and that's the markets, and they have like fruits and veggies and stuff like that.
That's like the what is it called?
Farmers market.
Farmers market,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So another question is, and this is something that each person can answer individually because that's what the person wants, is although you guys are a family, aka Team Bees, what has been the most challenging aspect for you individually?
What has been the most challenging? Wow. Okay. You want me to start?
Sure.
Okay. So, the most challenging thing for me is getting around, like a vehicle. Like, that is the most challenging thing for me at this point. because there's so many things that we want to do, and to have to pay for Uber or try to find a taxi. And
Or
back
take
in the
the
United
bus.
States,
Right, or
we
take
were-
the bus.
or take the bus,
Or
right,
walk.
or walk, right.
Which is mostly what
And
we do.
and you know what? We, I think, don't have a problem with walking, but I do have a problem with not being able to just say, I want to go to wherever and jump in a car. Because literally, I've almost had a car since I was 15. So it's hard for me to not have a vehicle.
Like everything you do is a big ordeal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
oh,
have
it's
to,
an
like,
undertaking.
We all have to go. We all have to plan for
Right.
leaving.
And since I'm on that type of vehicle, it's like you try to order an Uber and there's only Uber, right? A regular Uber, which is an Uber what?
X.
A Uber X, right? And an Uber X seats from 1 to 4 people. And then you have an Uber XL, right? But the ability to get a Uber XL is slim. Not too many people around here drive big enough. Well, they do drive big enough vehicles, but they don't
ain't
do
driving Uber.
Right, they're not doing Uber with it. So most of the time, for 5 of us trying to fit into an Uber X, there's people who don't want us to ride with them, or there are people who let us ride, but when they do, they say, tell Trey to get down. If the police come, hide down in the
That
bottom.
was only one time.
That was
Yeah.
one person.
Yeah,
It-
no,
it's
that's not one
that much
person. That was one person that said it to y'all, but that was not one person that said it.
Oh.
Because that's why they be on the edge. They be like, okay, come on. So you got to let them know in advance. Like, if they're on their way to you, then at least hit them with a text on the Uber app and let them know, hey, there's 5 of us. Is it okay?
Miss Sonia said, why not purchase bicycles?
Well,
Well,
I
you
would like to
can.
state that everybody does not know how to ride a bicycle,
That's
myself included.
It's only 2 people. On
Yeah,
that
it
train.
really is only 2 people, Kaya and I.
But also, you have to think about when we go to travel somewhere else, what are we going to do with those bicycles?
That's very
yeah,
true.
that's a good thing. Good
Shouldn't
point.
make any good large purchases.
Right, especially
Like-
nothing that you have to try to get to another location. And that's something else that we could talk about. But
Next person? Who
you-
wants to answer? Oh, we going in order like that?
Might as well.
Oh, I don't know, 'cause I don't know what my. What was the question?
The question
Biggest
is, the most challenging aspect for you individually. I really don't know. Because I guess just being able to have access to the things that you want and need when you want and need them, just readily available. And so whether that has to do with not having a vehicle to be able to get to it, or it just not being here. I think that we kind of didn't realize how much we had access to when we were living in North Carolina. And so to be in a country now where, as I said before, you can't just go and get the toothpaste that you're used to using, or you can't go and get some leggings that fit you appropriately. Just things like that. Just not being able to get what you need when you need it. I think that is a challenge. Even, you go online and you can order stuff in North Carolina or in the United States. It's not just that simple here if you're new to this area and you're trying to get accustomed to how they do things here.
Right.
So I think that for me, that's a challenge. And I would kind of throw in the fact that my people not just readily available. People to talk to and interact with. I love my family. I
That
love
was
my
mine.
team. Oh, my bad.
Oh, it's
I'll
fine.
let you have it.
That's the same thing.
Go ahead,
it's
go.
fine.
Oh, yeah, it opens the door for Kaya.
Oh, Zoom, okay. So just that because there's always like talking on the phone or like FaceTime or Skype or Google Hangouts or whatever. It's always different seeing somebody in person.
Yeah.
So
But I'll say that with the communication part, the number one form of communication when you come down here is WhatsApp. Like, everybody down here almost is basically on WhatsApp.
Trey, Kalia?
I think it's just communication in
Moved
general.
up a little bit.
I said I think it's just communication in general. Talking to the people, talking to you guys,
Yeah.
talking to my friends, and then sometimes I forget, like, 10 o'clock here is 12 o'clock a.m.
so
over there.
irritating.
So it's like, I probably shouldn't, but they're probably still up, you know?
It's like they're still up, but then it's like you're like trying to be
yeah.
not cautious, but like
Aware.
Respectable.
yes
Yeah.
of their time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so irritating. It's like, okay, I'm finally about to go get in the bed, 8 o'clock. Maybe I'll just hit somebody up real fast just to, check in with them or whatever. And it's already 10 o'clock. And you're like, well, they're probably about to go to sleep.
Trey?
Yeah, probably communication, just to agree with everybody else, because I talk to people a lot in public,
A lot.
so that's just something that I like to do. And
Even if
to
he
not-
learns one Spanish phrase, he will repeat that Spanish phrase over and over to everybody he comes in contact with in public. And it's so funny because he's just being himself. But yeah.
Yeah, can't really talk to anybody in public or anybody.
But you do. He does.
Yeah, you do.
He still somehow makes little pals.
Right. He's
I don't
over
know.
there
He's
playing
over
pickup
there-
games.
yeah.
But what's the most challenging thing? Wasn't that the question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This,
most
he said
challenging
communication.
aspects, he said.
What's communication?
Yeah.
It also it's like, I don't know. It's hard to be able to pick up some ladies when you can't talk to them.
We're gonna stop you there. I actually want to just recant.
Mama Sonya, come get your boy.
Oh, yeah. Something challenging. The challenging aspect. Since everybody want to talk about communication, I'm just going to veer off. I think mine would probably have to be my hair because they don't have any good, like, natural hair products here. They're not geared toward that at all, probably because they don't really see that around here. So it's just irritating actually.
Like she's not going to the Maxi Poly getting any Eco Styler gel.
No,
That's not about to happen.
And that's what I need. I'm not even gonna go into detail, but
If you want to know what kind of gel she needs and want to bring it on your way down, just hit her up.
right. Yeah, the gel they have here, it literally smells like, I'm not gonna say cleaner, but it smells like laundry detergent or like not laundry detergent. Yeah, it's like Febreze.
It's definitely interesting. That's for sure.
Wow.
And
Okay. Oh.
And her hair is so big, so it holds the smell, and everybody can smell it.
So I walk around smelling like Fabuloso.
But you know what? When I was out exercising earlier today, I ran behind somebody because I was passing them, and they smelled like that. They smelled like Febreze or some sort of laundry detergent. It was really strong.
Tia Carmen said, does Costa Rica observe daylight saving time? I'm going to say it. Daylight saving time, or will the time difference be less than 2 hours when we fall back here?
That's a good question.
It doesn't.
It doesn't change?
Yeah, no,
It doesn't
time
change
doesn't change here.
It only
change here.
does
So when they change, there'll be 1 hour.
No, they'll be the same.
if it's
They won't be
2
the same. We're
hours.
2 hours now. They can't fall back 2 hours. They fall back 1.
It just said with the time.
But when they
Yes.
spring,
Oh, yeah.
but
Yeah,
they'll
you're right,
spring
they do.
forward, right?
No, now they're falling. It's fall.
Yeah.
So they're gonna fall back and be
that's
closer
right.
to us. And then
Okay.
when spring,
Oh,
they'll
that's
go
late.
2 hours.
Right, okay. Okay. So
So
then
it's
that
only
helps
gonna
y'all
be 1
communication.
hour
Okay. Would you look at God working things out on y'all's behalf?
Now we need to do some we need to make sure. But that's from what my research has been.
that
that's
makes
what it
sense.
said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
That's
I don't think
right.
nobody else other than the United States observes daylight savings time.
I don't understand.
It was
why
for the
though.
slaves. Continue.
What?
Kurt Boyd said facts. No ladies, cause me no speak your language.
Shout out to you, Kurt, for tuning in.
Right.
Micaiah Rogers says, I got you, Kaya. You need Cantu or Shea Moisture. What color Eco Styler?
Okay, Cantu and Shea Moisture do me so good. It's the smoothie one. It's about Shea Moisture. It's like the smoothie, the curling
Yeah,
smoothie.
curly hands.
That one is really good for me. The Eco Styler, the green one, and then there's also the argan oil one, which also works pretty well. And then the new one I just tried, which you should try because I think you would really like it. It's a coconut one with Coconut oil. Yes, coconut oil.
Aceite de coco.
Aceite de coco.
And then
See, that's why it's good. Yeah.
so and then Kurt Boyd said daylight savings is a Western thing fueled by capitalism.
Right.
And then Makai Rogers said, y'all about to have a bomb care pack. Y'all about to
Well, thank you.
We love care packages. Send some chocolate.
Okay.
Send some chocolate. Send some chocolate.
How you trying to
So
keep that
a
in there?
question.
Vegan oatmeal raisin cookies.
You already got those.
A question. Another question. Okay.
Okay,
We
question.
here for the questions.
All right.
bad.
question.
Another question that we got is what is the most intriguing part about the culture or of the culture in Costa Rica?
Probably that everybody wears pants all the time. No matter how hot it is, I see people in pants.
That's
Like,
true.
jeans.
But I mean, I've seen people in like bare booty shorts too.
Yeah.
So
Me. That's about it.
that's not true.
Well, I'll say this about the Costa Rican culture. For the most part, everyone is very, very helpful. And
For the most part.
Right, for the most part. And if you come
you're
in
a Tico.
contact with someone that has traveled to the United States, they're even more helpful.
Right.
So the first person that we met and actually had lunch with that was so helpful to us, Maria, she met us for lunch so that, you know, she could just talk to us about living in Costa Rica. While we were at lunch, this chick done picked up her phone. She done called her friend so her friend could come up there for lunch so that they can help us
Right.
to find our next place that we would stay in 30 days. She was on the phone talking to realtors. I mean, even to this day, you know, she's texting me, checking on us, making sure we're okay. But her thing that she texted me when we were initially planning to meet up, and she was asking questions about myself and the family, she said to me, call me, text me like we're family, because we are. She said, I understand what it's like to be in a foreign country, and I want to help you all to have the best experience in my country. And I met somebody randomly the other day after I got finished working out. And if you go back to the video where we almost got attacked by dogs, you know that Kaya and I are not about that dog life. And so this person that I met the other day, she had a dog, and I was trying to get away from the dog. The difference between where we were before and where we are now is they keep their dogs on leashes. But anyway, I was trying to get away from her dog, and she speaks English, and so we started a conversation, and her thing was, you know, here's my number. WhatsApp me. You know, get with me, talk to me. I'm here for you because I know what it's like to be in a country, and I don't know, and you don't know anybody. So let me be here for you.
Right.
So I'll say that most of the people that we've come in contact with, they have been very, very helpful. Our guide, you know, for the San Jose tour, he was trying to tell us places to go and eat and do, and everybody's been so helpful. So I will say that about the culture. For the most part, people are helpful.
I think they just prop to
What?
I wanted Trey to say what he had to say
No,
first.
because mine's gonna go off topic.
That you can say that.
The Bold Nomad said, facts, they are very helpful. That's a good answer.
Yes.
So I was just gonna piggyback on that. Also, just because Ticos help Ticos, they don't want anybody else coming in and trying to capitalize on what they have going on. They prefer their own people doing everything, which is much different than the United States. But what was really surprising to me was the fact that
Yeah, they hire everybody that don't.
they hire
And
everybody.
then,
under the sun,
I mean, I get that part. We just keep
Not
going.
necessarily
Okay,
hire everybody.
So was everywhere we've been, like every store, there are people everywhere
my
like
gosh.
waiting to help you. They're so
Oh my
eager to
gosh.
help that they'll start talking to you, tell you about the sale that's going on, and I'm
And
like,
sometimes you don't even know what they're talking about. You
Right.
can tell them no tiendo. You can tell them no
No
comprende,
entiendo.
no entiendo. Yeah, you can say all of that. No comprende, all of that. You can let them know I don't know what you're talking about, and they still talking to you. They like
Thanks.
still trying to tell you, listen. This is what we have.
so
Oh my bad, guys.
While you thinking, the crazy part about
Wait, I
the
remember.
people being around in the stores is even when you go near the makeup counter, they have a consistent makeup person that's sitting by the makeup section of the store.
Yeah.
Like,
They have that person in
and
the
they don't
rice
have no
section.
booth. They don't have no booth. No,
they have
no,
that by the alcohol too.
In the rice
Yeah.
section and the alcohol section.
and the veggies. Like, in the
I'm
produce
telling you, they just
section.
have people everywhere, and they'll like help you and tell you where stuff is because they're already right there. But like
Already right there.
compared to in the U.S., you'll just be like, "Where's something at?" And then they'll just like tell you. They'll just point.
On aisle 2.
Right, and you're just supposed to go venture in this huge store and
After
find it
you
yourself.
try and find somebody.
Right.
You gotta
And
hunt
they-
somebody down first.
It's not just like it has to be at Costco to have testers either. I see with the fruit they have lots of testers and they always have a trash can on every aisle. Does anybody notice that?
Well, they
Almost-
have
yeah.
Almost
they have
every
trash
aisle, there's
cans
always a
everywhere.
trash
Yeah.
can.
Oh, trash cans are everywhere
Yeah.
across the country.
That's why I'm like, in the U.S., if you like have a quick tester, you gotta either put it right there in the trash can they keep at the testing place,
That little one.
or you just
Gotta
gotta hold it.
You know what
But
to get
I-
outside.
Stuff it in the shelf.
I didn't know that they had trash cans on every aisle. I never noticed.
Well, maybe
that.
not every, but like every other. It's like everywhere.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
evenly
Trash
distributed. And they also have a person in that bread section.
Yes.
Yes.
There's every bread session, which was a session.
Bread
section
session.
I've been to, they have like a little cake tester, and I have not gotten one because I know it's made with eggs, and I know mommy would bust my chops.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I had one of them cakes, and it
Oh,
was
was it
delicious.
good?
It was sure
Wow.
enough.
Okay, Miss
Yeah,
Vegetarian.
Kalia, hashtag
Um,
no chill.
Okay, Kurt Boyd said I got there too, cuz hit me up.
No,
'cause
that
we-
says I got connect.
Oh, I got connect there too, cuz my bad. Hit me up, cuz we stand with both of y'all when we come.
I think that was also with the bold donuts too.
Okay. They also said international fam, you all are amazing. Team B.
That says awesome.
That's what I said.
You said amazing.
You said amazing.
Somebody
You know
can't
what?
read.
Okay. Ms. Sonia said, for my international travel experience, customer service is better abroad rather in the States.
Facts.
So we have another question though.
Wait, but
Oh.
what? Can you?
Somebody
repeat the
said,
question?
glad y'all out of the U.S. box/cage.
That was Kurt Boyd.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
Well,
What's another? question?
No, repeat the question that you asked because I
About-
never got to answer it.
What is the one thing you miss about being in?
No.
No.
Oh,
before that.
challenging aspect.
Uh-huh.
No.
No,
That
you
was
asked
it.
a different question.
Yeah,
No, I
that was
didn't.
it. No,
Oh,
I
the
didn't.
most intriguing part.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
And I had it.
Well, don't speak up if you don't know.
Oh, well,
it.
I have another thing if you don't have to say nothing.
Oh, then go.
Mine's probably about the schools because there aren't just regular schools. Everybody goes. Oh, that's what she was gonna
That's
say.
what
go
he
ahead.
said.
But it's
Hey,
also
don't do
the yes, they're all at this. Yeah, they all go to like one school and they all wear uniforms. There aren't just other. They all wear uniforms.
Oh yeah.
And the education is very important here. So you know
Along
you
with
find
teeth.
yes.
Facts.
Oh man.
You find schools throughout the cities. The city could be about this big, but they're gonna have about 5 or 6 schools just because they really value education.
But with the tooth thing, were you about
Yeah.
to go
Oh
with
no,
that?
I wasn't.
Oh yeah, they
You
brush
can-
their teeth after every meal.
Yes, they do.
They
And
take their
also-
toothbrush and toothpaste with them.
They have it in their purses. They have it in their book bags, in their fanny packs that they strap across. They have them, and I've seen many people carrying
In the bathroom,
yeah,
brushing their teeth.
brushing their teeth, and they all, if they don't already have like nice teeth, they have braces. So many people have braces here. I think I should be next on that list.
Oh.
You're not even that
But you got to be here long enough for them to maintain them braces.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Okay.
Kyle Rogers asked, how is learning Spanish going?
It's
came
going.
to a halt.
It's
Well, no,
going.
it can't grind to a halt.
Shout out to Spanish with Paul,
Yes.
because Spanish with Paul has been
What?
a help to
Some
us
people still want
here in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
So as a family, we were doing Spanish with Paul together. But individually, some of us are still ensuring that we can keep our Spanish on intact, because we have to be able to interact with people. We can't expect everybody to speak English, which is kind of frustrating though, because we
Right.
know what we want to say and we know how to say it in English, but finding and recalling the Spanish equivalent is a challenge sometimes. And
can
when
be.
we first got to this location, being that it's a gated community, interacting with security to get in,
Oh my god.
Oh.
oh, it it was an
Boy.
experience, but we won't go into all that because we have a couple questions
another
that we
one.
want to
Well, you
make
know-
sure that we.
The video shows it.
Right, so you
The
can go
moving
to.
day.
Okay, so feel free to go
Yeah.
look at
Okay.
the moving day video. Let me ask this question. So we have two questions in one. One is, do you guys plan to travel to neighboring countries? Yes, we do. Matter of fact, we'll be traveling to a neighboring country here within the next couple weeks. So we look forward to posting about that and letting you all know where we're going.
You
The
gotta
next
be
question
subscribed. You
is
gotta be
for-
subscribed to the YouTube channel so that you can get the video and know when the video drops. And
Yes,
see
so
what
if
happens.
you're watching and you have not subscribed, be sure to subscribe to Team B's on YouTube.
Because you're already there now.
The
You're
next
there now.
question
Just
is
hit the
for
button.
Kalia, Kaya, and Trey. Have you guys met any friends or people to hang out with?
Nope.
No.
No.
I
Only
thought-
people that we have to hang out with are in this room right now.
What?
So about that one.
But the thing about it is, I'm sorry, and I'm about to speak because you ain't gonna meet nobody if all you do is stay inside.
But that's not me.
Oh, facts.
So,
Hashtag 100%.
But think about if you think about it, 9 times out of 10, the way that you meet people and become friends is either through school, or work or some type of something that you have to do.
Well, I met the lady the other day. It was just because I went outside and I was working out.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me too.
And we took a class
But
and
I
we were
don't
able
work
to
out.
meet more people. So,
Yeah, but
I mean, it
that's
just.
gonna be in a new video.
Oh yeah, there's a great video coming up about
You're
that.
welcome.
And I'm pretty sure if you follow us on
Social media.
social
That's him in that
media,
H to the S.
then you will see
It's old.
you will see some of the pictures from the class that was taken. So make sure that you follow us on social media. If you look at the description on any of the videos that we have, you'll see everybody's social media. So make sure that you follow us on there, and that way you can see some of these things before we release them even on YouTube.
So
That's very true.
Miss Sonia asked, so are the kids in school yet?
Well, we know that. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, speak for yourself.
Yeah, we know that, or maybe you don't. I'm taking my classes online. I only have 2 classes
with
left,
you.
so basically this semester was like a gap, and then I'm just gonna take my last 2 classes.
In January.
Yes, in January.
Okay, and then this question is coming from Micaiah Rogers. What are the guys looking like? Kalia texted me.
Oh, really? Wow.
She blushing a little bit, so that must mean
I'm
something.
not, no, because
Well, the
I've
guys
seen,
don't look like me and Trey.
yeah,
Absolutely not. They're not black. Is
No,
what I'm saying.
they're
Oh, I was
not.
talking about skinny.
but
Looking at our boys the other day too.
there's like I've seen a few that are like, oh, he's nice looking, or oh, he's nice looking, but there's nothing to call home about,
Oh yeah.
I
You
ain't
got to
seen
be
no
careful when
models
you
yet.
calling home, telling about somebody.
Okay, well, just trust us. There's not anyone except for the people you see right here. So, next question.
Okay, so this one was texted to me by a friend.
Oh.
Via friends.
Via friends.
They asked, have y'all attended or are y'all a part of any churches in Costa Rica, and if so, how are they different from the church you used to go to?
All right, that's interesting.
Like I
That's a
said
good
before,
We go to our
the
secret
church,
closet.
the church we went to before was the it was
Homegrown.
we actually
Bedside Baptist.
yeah, we actually had our own church that we just with ourselves inside ourselves, and so we're still going to the same church. How lucky are we for that, right?
Nothing
The
has
church
changed.
relocated with
Brought our
us.
church with us.
We brought God with us when we came to
Right.
Costa Rica.
Amen.
We are
That's
thankful for the protection. We are thankful for the guidance of Holy Spirit, and we are still in love with Abba Father. So we live in life, and we are just thankful for this opportunity that we've been given.
And
As
we're seeing. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say as well as being I'm not saying being open, and learning about other things. You know what I'm saying?
Check out what she's
Yeah,
talking
but-
about on her blog.
On my blog.
Yeah. I mean, but one of the things that I would say is that we are constantly seeing God at work.
Yes.
Like literally. Because, one thing that there's no question about this, but I'll say this, is I have an app on my phone that shows me every time that there's an earthquake. And there's at least 3 to 4 earthquakes a day.
I thought
right? And in that 3 to 4 earthquakes, we don't generally feel them. Okay? We generally don't feel them. But when I say that God is working every day, it's because that even though these earthquakes are continually shaking the earth, we
are on solid ground.
Are not only on solid ground, but we feel them in our spirit at times. So when we're asleep, it may wake us up, even though the ground is not shaking. You know what I mean? It's a connection. It's the energies that Khadijah likes to talk about a lot.
The vibrations.
And the vibrations, right, that take place. And then, check that on the podcast, because a new podcast episode just came out today.
But that wasn't about it.
Yeah.
And it was on the episode.
That's that one?
Yes.
Oh, you got to check it out.
Yeah.
Another one, the podcast.
Yes, it's on iTunes. It's on iTunes, so you can go listen to it right now. Not right now.
Not right now. Because we got a
We
surprise
got
for you.
the surprise coming
So
up.
that's why I'm trying to hurry up with these questions, because
Yes.
I want you all to see the surprise that we have.
Right.
so
But back to God is when we were in
Oh, yeah,
Pure
we can't skip
Scout.
over God.
Right, because when we were in Pure Scout, we were in the mountains. And being in the mountains, you have a whole nother perspective on the world, actually.
Yeah.
On the world, because
Your view.
your view is totally different.
Yeah.
We're in the mountains, and when a storm comes in,
We can see it.
we're
You
in
can
it.
feel it. You can feel it.
But
Yeah,
you like
we're
shaking
literally
your
in it.
heart, and you're like literally in it.
Right, the cloud is where around you or in through the house that you're in or whatever, and the lightning is starting right where you're standing.
Yeah.
So it's a totally different feel, a totally different understanding. And
The energy is
the
different.
energy is different.
Yeah.
And when you start to look at these mountains, and we were like at about almost 4,000 feet, right, above sea level, and the view that you get is crazy.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
so you can't help but stand around and look out and just feel gratitude, because
Yeah.
you're seeing,
Awe.
you're feeling, you're experiencing things that some people will never see, feel, and experience.
Right.
So being up that high, that close, and I mean, like thunder, you could really feel the thunder. It was,
Oh yeah.
it was,
Shakes your inside like,
Yeah, and-
oh my God.
and the first time I experienced it, I was very scared, and I was really literally like, where in the world are we?
Yeah.
But
Everybody's
And
really
even-
liking all the God stuff.
And even where we are right now, if it was daytime, I would show you guys, but it's now dark here, which I know it's dark where you are too, but it's really dark here. And when I look, if I would be able to show you, if I look out this window, there's a window over here. We're literally looking at a
the
mountain. There's a mountain right there.
Even though we're not in
and
the
I'm-
mountains.
right.
And I'm
we
talking
can
about
see the mountain.
I'm talking about less than like a quarter mile away. Like
Yeah.
that's not a quarter.
No.
Maybe like a
Probably
mile.
or two.
Yeah.
Maybe like a mile or two.
Yeah.
But it's right there. Like we can see the houses sitting on the side of it.
Yep. We can see
So-
the windmills going.
So when
Oh yes.
So when you are questioning things in your life, sometimes if you're able to just stop and just look at where you are, you see the beauty of God's hand all around you. And
Right.
so, not that I'm taking away from churches, because, don't forsake assembling yourselves. It is what it is. But strengthening that relationship and that connection that you have with God through what He's given you, to me, that's what we are able to live through and walk out right now. And it is absolutely beautiful. It is absolutely amazing. And I feel that one thing that has grown in this season so far has been my faith. Knowing that everything that I need has been provided and will manifest when I need it, when my family needs it.
Right.
Hey,
And seeing it in action is like,
yeah, it's priceless.
Really?
It's priceless.
So, are you gonna say it or should I?
Okay.
The one about.
I'm just gonna say all of these. Tia Carmen said, "Amen." Who is that again?
Kurt Boyd.
He said, "I love that church answer." The Bold Nomads. Yes, amen. Tamika Kell. Work, God. Continue to bless the Bees fam.
Yes.
Carson said, reflect on the God/creator/supreme being in you. A vibration.
All right.
Tamika Kell said, Jesus is Lord. Hallelujah.
Yes.
Kurt Boyd.
Yeah.
That person.
I didn't say Carson.
Yes, you did.
Either way, one of Trey's friends popped on and said, hey, Trey BZG. Midterms tomorrow is supposed to be studying, but oh well.
Well, we need you to make sure you pass.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
so-
said he gonna pass after he
Are there
watch
any-
it.
Question,
more
yes,
questions?
comparison. How big is Costa Rica?
Oh,
How-
how big is it?
compared
Yeah.
to like
I don't know. It just
states
says
maybe?
comparison. It's smaller.
It
Probably the
smaller
size
than
of
what? I mean,
probably
it's
the
not the
size
size
of
of the United
United
States. but it's,
Nevada to maybe California.
I would literally say Nevada to California.
Yeah, exactly.
I would literally
Somebody
say
be
Costa Rica.
studying.
Costa Rica in its totality would be probably like Georgia, maybe
What?
Just
Yeah.
Georgia or Georgia to Florida?
just Georgia.
I don't think that's right.
I don't know.
Okay, but we can look it
I'm
up.
just gonna say we don't have the answer to that. We don't really
Yeah.
know. And
Okay.
honestly, we've only so far spent 30 days in 2 places. We visited some other places, but we
Yeah.
haven't been the expanse of the country. So I'm sorry, we don't really we don't really have an answer for that.
But that's a good question. That leads into another question that was asked, which was, have you guys been to any beaches or islands yet?
Not
No.
yet.
I wish.
No.
No.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
But when we stayed in the mountains, we could see the water.
Barely.
We could see the Pacific.
The specific
could?
person.
The Pacific. Yes.
Yeah, your
Oh,
dad
I didn't-
showed it to us one time.
Yeah. It was
Nice.
right off the corner of the
Do
property.
you have something you're trying to
Yes.
say?
The person that asked about the churches and stuff, they said that was really cool and your mom is for real a preacher. So
Yeah. Yikes.
You probably get a lot of amens for that on the
She
feed.
was preaching at the bedside Baptist. I told you. Okay.
So,
oh,
is
you got
there
something
another
else?
question?
Yes.
No.
we
Okay.
can go ahead and knock these out though.
How's nature there? New animals, plant life, etc.
Okay, when we were in the mountains, talk about Animalia. Oh my gosh, it was. Oh, the cows here, they ain't like the cows in the United States.
No.
And there were cows like right across the driveway from us when we stayed in Puerto
real.
And so we've also seen monkeys, we've seen parrots, we've seen
Scorpions.
we've heard
Scorpions.
scorpions, we've seen sloths, we've
Lizards.
seen yes. So I mean, there's lots of animals here, dogs in abundance.
Just random dogs. They
Yeah.
walk around the street like they own it.
Well,
Not as much
it
as they did in
depends.
Curacao.
Yeah, it depends upon what city you're in.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, animals are
Oh.
just in abundance.
And
Lots
then,
of them. Nature is awesome.
Yes, but I'll say this
Breathtaking.
about the grass. Like, the grass will move. Like, if you touch the grass, it moves
Oh, like
by itself. Like not because I pushed it or because I stomped
like
on it.
memory foam.
No, like
Are you
if you
talking about
touch it,
energy?
it moves. No, it
Because
knows
the
that you're
ants is
touching
in
it.
there. Oh.
energy.
No.
I don't-
Yes,
Oh,
well,
okay.
yes and no. The grass
Okay.
is alive.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
more
that's-
alive than the Bahamian grass that's in the United States or North
Bahamian?
Carolina. Yes, it's called Bahamian.
Oh,
Bahama grass. Or
I
whatever
know.
they
I
call it.
never know
But
about
I-
the grass.
Right.
Micaiah Rogers said that's the answer I was looking for. Kaya shaded me talking about the same way I did in the States.
You shaded her.
Micaiah, we love you, boo.
When did you get the
Okay,
Okay, keep going.
Micaiah Rogers said, thanks, Mommy K. She also said, are your followers/subscribers people you know, family, friends, etc., mainly question mark? If so, how do you plan to reach people internationally or increase the
Oh,
business
that's
value?
great.
That is a good
That
question.
is great.
Because we
With
are
you
really
guys.
trying.
That's
That's why we
it.
need you guys to reach
share.
out and share so we can reach new levels. And we can reach that new level. So that we can be like Ferg and be on a new level.
Okay, so just
Before you
away
say
from what
that,
you were saying.
the person that asked about the church again, they said, "LOL, I should be studying for midterms, but I'm watching y'all live instead." Hashtag pray I get made.
So I mean,
May you be
Yes.
able to recall
Yes.
everything that
Yes.
you need
Yes.
when you
Yes.
need
You're
it.
slipping your
Yes.
hand right now.
Stop. No, but
I'm
seriously, may you be able to recall all that you need to recall when you need to recall it.
There you
Amen.
if you have a class
Amen.
on Team B's, I'm sure you'll pass.
I'm sure you'll get it.
Another question I got personally was how different is. They said Cuba, but they meant Costa Rica.
Cuba?
We have been in Puerto Rico, Cuba, the Bahamas, the Virgin
Yes.
Islands.
Yes.
We've been
All in
everywhere.
Barbados.
less than 3
Well,
months.
I think we need to let them know that we actually are in Costa Rica.
Yes, we are.
Not Puerto Rico.
We're
Puerto
in
Rico is probably
It's probably last on the list based off of the recent events.
Prayers to Puerto Rico.
based on the
Yes,
recent events.
yes,
Again, we were
yes.
planning on going sooner than later, but
Yeah.
As a return
So
of
how
events,
different is Costa Rica compared to North Carolina?
a lot different.
I mean, it's very different, and
In
I
every
think
aspect.
we've kind of like addressed it, like not being
Yeah.
able to go to Whole Foods,
Facts.
or just
Yeah.
not having access to the same things.
So,
but one of the things that do make it similar is the fact that there's mountains, there's beaches, and there's valleys and that regular
That
area,
city
if you will.
Like right in
Yeah.
an hour span of each other.
Yes.
Versus in North Carolina, you got to go
4 hours,
4 hours
one
to the
direction,
mountains, 3 hours to
yeah.
the.
Well,
the-
actually, if you think about it, that would make it like
I'm sorry.
Costa Rica would be
Yeah, like I'm
smaller
doing
than
it on
North
purpose.
Carolina.
It is. That's why I said it's Georgia.
Georgia
okay.
smaller than us?
So-
Never mind, I'm gonna be quiet.
They also said these both came from Skyja. What is the best part about moving, and the worst?
The best part about
Okay, let's talk about the
moving-
worst first, and then we can finish it up with the with the best.
And this will be our final question.
Oh,
Yes.
no,
Oh,
no,
really?
I
Final
have,
question.
I have some more.
Okay,
It's
well,
only a
we'll
couple.
take
This is-
because
Well-
we want our viewers who have taken
It's
time
only
out
one.
of their busy day, our busy bodies, we want them to be able to see what we have for
Yes.
them.
Yes, we have the
So we'll
surprise.
quickly
It is-
answer this and then one
Okay.
question.
Not being able to I feel like we should have thought about this more when we were packing or whatever, but not being able to have certain things that you had before. Because before, if you really think about it, we did have a good amount of stuff that
Good amount.
okay, a lot of stuff, and we would be able to yeah, we have that, so we can do that. But now it's like we don't have that, so
Can't do that.
we can't do that. We're just going to take the hit on that one.
Yeah, like
So
even
we
this
came
live
to
stream.
Costa. This is just an example. We came to Costa Rica during rainy season and we have no umbrella.
no
and it-
rain jacket.
It rains
So dumb.
every
But they
day,
got rain
but we
boots.
have rain boots.
Yeah.
That they don't wear.
But when
Don't
we
go
were
out in the
in
rain.
North Carolina, we had an abundance of umbrellas. So
Abundance.
it's
Yeah,
it's
abundance.
just like we could have prepared a little bit better.
Yeah.
But when you're walking into a situation that you don't really know fully, you're getting information from those who've done it, but their perspective is of course different from yours. So it's like you can only do what you can do. We don't walk through this
Valley of the
journey
shadow of death.
with regret. But
Right.
there are some moments where we sit back and we say, man, I wish I had or I should have.
Everything.
And it's in those moments that we have to remember that we can still have. Like one thing that really, really frustrates me is I do not have a juicer. And the fruit and the veggies here would make such great juice.
Because they taste way different.
Right. Everything tastes so much different here. But to have a juicer, it would be great. But I don't have my juicer here because I didn't bring it. I chose to bring my blender, my Ninja instead. But when I think about it, my mom has my juicer and she is able to benefit from being able to juice and have these, wonderful juices each and every day. So I'm thankful for that. So I can't live in regret for not having my juicer. I'm just thankful for the juicer that I will have.
Right.
How about that?
But I mean, even in our travels and what we had in North Carolina, the hardest part was minimizing.
Oh God.
The hardest part was choosing what it is
That you want to get
that
rid
I
of.
want I want to keep
Oh,
because I want to keep everything.
Yeah.
right.
So the hardest part is choosing what I want to keep because getting rid of is everything that I'm choosing to not keep. So I'm looking at it from a space of what do I want? What do I think I need to continue on with my life, and what I'm accepting in my life as I go on. And so in that's when I realized I don't really need as much as I thought I did. Honestly, I don't. And even in the things that I brought with me, there's stuff that since we've been here, it's almost 60 days, and I haven't even used it. I haven't touched it. It's still in bag,
So
my
it makes you-
suitcase.
So it makes you think,
So-
I shouldn't have brought that. I should have brought that other thing.
That other
Yeah.
thing that I wanted, right?
Right.
Because I think I would have used that,
Right.
but I thought I was sacrificing for the thing that I would have needed, but I didn't need that. You know, I probably, especially because when you don't go to work on a consistent basis, meaning to a job or to people out there, then what happens is I don't need as many clothes as I normally would.
Yeah, we just wear the same 4 outfits. That's all.
Yeah, you need about
You
enough
might,
for a
you
week.
might not need it, but I'll gladly.
Yeah. Take
It's
all
nice
of
to
it.
have. It's
Clothes
nice to
was
have.
my thing.
Yeah.
I think.
So,
Last
think-
question.
last
was-
question.
But also,
Last question.
somebody just asked us a question, so I don't know what you want to do about that. But it's this one's quick, so it should make
Okay,
a point.
okay.
Somebody asked us if we got hit by the hurricane. So I guess
No.
maybe they think we're in
No,
Puerto Rico.
no.
no, we didn't.
All right, that was a
they-
quick one.
Yeah. They said, Kurt Boyd said, please write our family book, fam, even if it's a kid's book.
Okay,
And
that
then-
sounds good.
Then they asked,
Yeah.
how are the power outlets there? What do they look like? They are
Okay,
the
power.
same,
They are the
they're
same.
the
Go
same
ahead.
as they are in the United States.
And they work
Boom,
great.
Done.
The what?
They
Power
were
outlets. Power the plug.
Power
Oh,
outlets.
outlets.
Yeah,
Okay.
outlets.
It
They
sounded
look
like you
the
said
same.
power outage, and I was like, power outage.
No
Yeah, when
power
we
outage.
were
We
in
get
the
those
mountains,
regularly.
well, not here.
that
Well,
was
we've
when I
only
was
had
little.
one outage since
Yeah, I
we've
think
been
it was
here.
one. Yeah.
But in the
Five.
mountains, we were having outages all the time. Like whenever there was a storm, which was every day, we would have a power outage.
Facts.
It is during the
And
season.
during the outage, you would, or when it started storming, you would have to unplug everything to protect
boy, oh
stuff.
boy.
And so we wouldn't have internet, and sometimes we would go hours and just be sitting in the dark, either reading or taking a nap, or
Sitting in
me
the dark
meditating,
reading.
or whatever the case may be, just making the most out of that time. So we told you guys that we had something for you. The team is always thinking about how we can be more creative and what we can do, how we can expand ourselves and our brand, which is Team Bees International. And so, are you guys ready?
Are you ready?
But wait a minute, we have to know. You got to tell us in the comments that y'all ready. Let
Yeah,
us know
tell us in the
that you
comments.
are ready.
We want everybody.
We want to know.
If you ready,
Are you ready? Are them comments blowing up?
Yeah.
Okay, they
Here's
give
the
us
surprise.
Okay.
this is a surprise.
Yeah. And we
know you've been
are
waiting for
super
it.
excited for
Yeah.
that.
We
We
stay
stay
ready.
Okay. So
LOL.
I'm
I'm ready.
I'm
Of
ready.
course
Of
we're
course
ready.
we're ready.
Yes, I'm ready. Yeah.
This is what I like to see, ladies and
yeah.
Yes, back and forth
Okay.
communication.
So this right here
We're
is
ready.
from our team to you guys.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Okay.
Tamika Kell said, OMG, I love this new intro. Great job, guys.
Yes.
Hey, LOL,
That
getting
is
loose
our
with Team
new-
Bees.
That is our new intro, our new channel trailer, right? So we hope y'all like it. And hey, I want to see what's in the comments.
Okay.
They are saying,
We
hey,
need your
LOL,
feedback.
getting loose with Team Bees. Watch up there now. Tamika Kell says, woo. Makai Rogers says, yes, giving me Cosby Show vibes. Tia Carmen says, heart, 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 it. Tamika Kell says, so hyped. Miss Sonia said very nice.
With the exclamation
Mikael
point.
said,
Very
please
nice.
post a clip of this intro so I can share.
We
We
will
will.
have
Yeah.
this posted as a video once this is over, but we wanted to share this with those who came over to watch us live, to spend some time with us, to ask us questions, to laugh with us, to just experience Team B's live. So we wanted you all to have it, see it, hear it first, and we'll share it with the rest of the world momentarily.
Claire
yeah.
Fowler, the one that asked about the church, she said that was so cool.
Oh, thanks, Claire.
Great.
We
Thanks.
appreciate it.
Claire.
Now I wanna definitely give a shout out to iRich for
Yes.
our theme
Yes.
music.
Yes.
iRich Music.
We're gonna
You
call
the
him
man.
up or no?
Yeah.
You the man.
Yes, it's-
I'm telling you, because it was the feeling of the music that made us be able to create the rest
It's
of it.
really
Right.
inspired.
Yeah.
The bold. Oh, you want to say it?
The Bold Nomad said, awesome, love it. And Micaiah Rogers said, I love y'all, man. Y'all inspire me to be great.
I'm glad.
We love you too. And if anything that we do, anything that we say inspires you to be better, then guess what? All glory be to God.
Facts.
Amen.
Facts. So we
Thanks
thank
for
y'all for y'all
watching.
feedback. We thank you for spending time with us. Make sure that you head over to teambees.com, right? And connect with us. You know, subscribe to the podcast. If you're not subscribed, you can hit the YouTube from there and subscribe to that also. If you subscribe to the YouTube, make sure that you click the bell,
So you
right?
get our post
Post
notifications.
Exactly. You know, and just make sure that you connect with us even on social medias, right? And that's so
pretty
we
sure-
can keep you in the know about what's going on with Team Bees down here in Costa Rica.
I'm pretty sure on the website you can like send us stuff.
Yes.
Like you
Donations?
can. Well, I mean, you can send donations if you so choose.
Yeah.
If it's in your heart.
Yeah. If you
but-
want to help us out, you know, because you know we're down here out of the country. We can't get jobs down here, so it's really what we're doing right here that's really supporting what we do. So if you really have it in your heart to want to support us, then just go to teambees.com to do that.
They can send us like video ideas and stuff that
Right.
we see.
Yes.
Like,
Right.
send us-
There's the
yeah.
suggestions.
Yeah.
Right.
So we should just
Tamika
end
Kell
with
said,
these.
I Rich, that was great. The whole concept was perfect. Miss Sonia said, my family doing what they do. Kurt Boyd said, hey, we got the exclusive world premiere.
Yes,
Yes,
you
you
did.
did.
And it is literally a world premiere. But there was one more
Literally.
question, and this is
Another
what we're
one.
we're gonna wrap it up with this one. We were asked, why in the world did you all decide to do this? And I guess
longest
we
one.
all could bring something different to the table, but we just decided to do it because there's so much more to the world than what we see in the United States and what we saw every day in North Carolina. And we just wanted to experience it for ourselves. And so while every day is not an easy day, every day is not a day that's just filled with unicorns and rainbows. You know, some days we are irritated and aggravated and we ask ourselves, why in the world did we do this? But we're experiencing things that we would not have experienced in the United States.
Right.
And so we decided as a team that we were going to share our experiences, the good and the bad, with the world. And so that's what we're doing so that others can see that it is possible. Whatever it is that you want to do in life, whatever it is that you aspire to do, it is possible. It just takes effort. So whatever you want to do, it might not be packing up and moving your family to live abroad. It might be something as simple as just committing to an exercise program or just going back to school, whatever.
Starting a
Whatever it
business,
is. Yes, starting a
whatever.
business, whatever. You have the ability, the potential, the power to do that. So just do it. And if you can see that through what we're doing each and every day, then let that be the catalyst that causes you to jump and take a leap of faith. that causes you to live your life without borders, because that's what it's all about. Don't be boxed in to what anybody else says you can or cannot do. There is greater in you. So hopefully you'll see that through our experiences with the lizard, through our experiences with the dog, through us going and taking classes that,
coming soon.
we've never taken before. Well, I have, but they haven't. So whatever it is, may you be inspired by that, and may you know that you too have it in you. Whatever it is, just live life without borders.
We just end with Kurt Boyd's comment. Congrats on activating world citizenship.
Hey.
Hey.
And guess what, y'all?
We
out.